It is Valentine's Day, in case you forgot, the official day of love. And whether you're spending the day with friends, solo, or your partner, we've got some tips on how to make the day a little more special. Joining us now, Bryan Kim, a reporter with the Infatuation. Bryan, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So people who don't have any real creativity right now, what are some top date ideas for spending Valentine's Day in the city?
All right, so this Valentine's Day, well, first of all, for anybody unfamiliar, I just want to explain what the Infatuation is real quick. The Infatuation writes unbiased restaurant reviews and provides expert restaurant recommendations for every situation, including Valentine's Day. So this Valentine's Day, I think the top date destination is going to be Le Veau d'Or. Le Veau d'Or opened on the Upper East Side in 1937, but it got a revamp last year by the people behind Le Roc and Frenchette, two of the top French restaurants in New York City. It's very small, it's very cute. It's very French. You should get the frog legs, drink a martini. Hopefully you already have a reservation. The Four Horsemen in Williamsburg is another great Valentine's Day option. The Four Horsemen opened in 2015. It's a wine bar, and I think it's safe to call it a classic at this point. They serve creative small plates like brothy beans with Japanese sweet potato. And then they have great music and, of course, an incredible wine list as well. Now, the last two times I went to the Four Horsemen, I walked in without a reservation, so there's still hope for you this Valentine's Day.
Is that the big thing, though? If you don't have a reservation, are you kind of in a bind, or do you feel like a lot of places these days you can just kind of do a walk up or maybe sit at the bar for a couple of drinks before you sit?
I think for at least, so I go out 5 nights a week, and for at least half of my restaurant visits, I go without a reservation because reservations are just so tough. So yeah, you can get a walk-in table or get a bar seat at most places.
You go out 5 nights a week, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. I couldn't do it anymore, but good for you. That's awesome. Hey, if you're braving a first date on Valentine's Day, what are some of the things that you can do together?
Okay, first date on Valentine's Day. Well, what makes a good first date spot? I think you're looking for something that's not too loud, a place that serves food, somewhere where you don't have to have a full dinner, though, and a place that has good drinks. So with that in mind, I would say probably Katana Kitten would make a really good one in the West Village. It's actually one of my favorite cocktail bars in the city. It's a Japanese-inspired cocktail bar. They make great drinks like a gin and tonic with a shiso leaf stuck in the side. And then they have a fantastic mortadella katsu sandwich. Bar Oliver is another one in Chinatown. It's San Sebastian inspired. They do small plates. They have vermouth on tap. There's always a ton of people there just chatting. I feel like it's a really good first date spot.
Bryan, I'm going to assume, since you are out 5 nights a week, you have sampled a lot of the places that you're endorsing here today, right?
I've been to all of them.
It's amazing. In New York City, obviously, it's a top destination for tourists, and anybody who comes to New York, of course, wants to experience the food. If you do live here, though, okay, and you do have that date, you don't want to get caught up in the whole tourist thing, what are we looking at here?
Yeah. So it's going to be a busy weekend with Valentine's Day and President's Day. I think walk-in only restaurants are going to be a very safe bet. New York City has so many great walk-in only restaurants, like Bernie's in Greenpoint. It's nothing fancy, but it is romantic. It's pretty much TGI Fridays with better food. They have checkered tablecloths, they have mozzarella sticks, a wonderful burger. Another classic walk-in only New York City restaurant, Emilio's Ballato in NoHo. It's Italian, old school red sauce. They have an iconic tagliatelle, and it's a celebrity favorite.
And for those spending Valentine's Day solo or just with friends, outside of the whole restaurant thing, what are some fun things that they give, some fun ideas?
If you're solo and you're with friends, I think the main thing is avoiding anything romantic. Romance is probably the enemy. So I think maybe go the Guy Fieri route. You do diners and dives, no drive-ins. If you want to find a good diner, use the Infatuation's Guide to classic diners in New York City. A few of my favorites are Three Decker Diner in Greenpoint, and then Chelsea Square Restaurant in Chelsea. I think that one's 24 hours in case you want to go out at like 3 a.m. And then for dives, I really like WXOU Radio in the West Village. It's really normal. They have a jukebox. I think Rihanna was recently there. I don't know why. And then in Prospect Heights, there's a really charming place called Charlene's. Kind of feels like the 1950s.
That's fantastic. I bet Rihanna was a hell of a lot happy being there, having a cocktail than what she's been dealing with the last couple of days. So thank you. Hey, Bryan, we appreciate it very much. Bryan Kim from the Infatuation. And for more stories about Valentine's Day, just visit our website at cbsnewyork.com.